Do you know that Kia Sportage is more than 20 years old? Perhaps Kia would like to forget about the first 17 years of the model's history, but with the third generation of the compact crossover, there's nothing to be ashamed of. In 2014, the Sportage was given a facelift, resulting in several cosmetic changes on the outside, like the new grille, optional rear LED lights, or the shark fin antenna. Changes inside are also cosmetic. Straight away, you'll probably notice new dials enclosed in tubes rather than the bright central speedo. The Sportage also received progressive power steering, which we already know from several other Kia models. As far as the engines go, you can get a new 2-liter petrol engine producing 166 horsepower, but here under the bonnet I have a 2-liter diesel with 184 horses mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. What I don't like about the Sportage is where the boot button is located. It's down here, and it's always gonna be dirty, muddy and so on. So once I open it, I also see that this is where the camera lens is located, and that too is always gonna be dirty. Now the boot, at least on paper, is 564 liters. Well, that's probably without the full-size spare, which is here and takes up most of the extra space. This looks more like 350, maybe 400 liters. Good news is that once you remove the boot cover, you can secure it here, so at least it doesn't fly around. However, it does make it a bit more difficult to put stuff into the boot. There are a couple of hooks for your shopping here and here. Not very convenient, not very comfortable, they're very small and fidgety. Good news is that seats fold flat, and I can do it from inside or from the boot side as well. So that's pretty good. Oh, and one more thing. This car comes with optional keyless entry, so I don't have to fumble for the key in my pocket somewhere. In the back there is a decent legroom behind the driver's seat. I'm 175 centimeters tall, and the seat is set to my driving position. In the middle, the floor is almost flat, so that's good. However, this seat has been moved backwards a bit, and it is getting tight back here behind the front passenger. Headroom is barely okay for 175 centimeters. However, if you are planning to carry someone taller in the back here, I suggest you get rid of this optional panoramic sunroof, which by the way costs around €1,000, so you can spend it on some other options. Speaking of options and other things, there is no 12-volt socket here in the back. There's one in the boot, but not here in the back. There are no air vents, so you have to rely on air conditioning in the front. However, you have heated seats. In the front we also get new dials I mentioned before, and a button for FlexSteer progressive steering system. Otherwise there are no obvious changes compared to the pre-facelift version. There is a place for large bottles of water in the door bins, a cubby in the middle, cup holders, average size storage under the armrest, and an average size glove box on the passenger side, but it is chilled. Kia Sportage is about the size of Nissan Qashqai or Volkswagen Tiguan. In case of the Nissan, it is hard to find a comparable version due to differences in engine and spec. But Volkswagen does have something similar in its range. The 184 horsepower diesel Sportage accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in 9.8 seconds, but it does feel much longer. It's like if the engine is really under strain. The whole car feels heavy, which is strange because this is a city compact crossover and it needs to be quick and nimble in the city. By the way, the Sportage is not light at 1600 kilograms. A comparable Tiguan is slightly heavier, but a comparable Qashqai is much lighter. I can't complain about the placement of buttons, knobs, cubbies and bins, but the sat-nav screen is at a rather unfortunate angle. Sometimes it reflects the light, especially when the panoramic roof is not covered. Sat-nav maps are only two-dimensional, so there is no 3D or bird's eye view, whatever you want to call it. And switching off the radio turns off not just the sat-nav, but the Bluetooth as well, and that's quite annoying. However, you get free sat-nav updates throughout the 7-year warranty period. Kia engineers improved the quality of travel. The interior seems to have better sound insulation and there is slightly better damping. It's not the best, but it's better than in the pre-facelift Sportage. Kia also boasts about some other tweaks which allegedly reduce vibration and noise. And as far as I'm concerned, it seems like they succeeded. Kia also claims the FlexSteer system improves responsiveness and precision of steering. I can't tell if there's any difference. As far as I'm concerned, the car just feels heavy. The automatic gearbox is responsive, but according to manufacturer's data, it compromises fuel consumption by 1 liter per 100 kilometers. Kia says this car will do 7.1 liters of diesel per 100 kilometers in the combined cycle, but I am struggling to keep it below 10. Interestingly enough, a BMW X6 M50D I tested recently used about the same amount of diesel, but it had a 3-liter straight 6, twice the power, and it was twice as fast as the Sportage. Although prices of Kia Sportage start at just 20,000 euros, this top spec example with extra kit on it costs almost twice that. However, that is still several thousand euros cheaper than the equivalent Volkswagen Tiguan. Watch more of my reviews and subscribe to my channel. Share, comment and rate my videos. New episodes every Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.